What does a beam of light actually ride on when it crosses what we like to call empty space? In the energy filament theory, what we call a vacuum is not a dead nothing, but a hidden sea of energy that quietly gives light, gravity and everything else a medium to move through. Picture a very distant star flashing for a moment and somehow, after an absurdly long journey, a few of those photons end up in your eyes tonight. It sounds simple in schoolbook diagrams, but if the spaces in between were truly empty, with absolutely nothing there, what is doing the pushing and pulling that carries that disturbance all the way across the universe? A rolling stone needs grounding under it. A sound wave needs air or water to squeeze and stretch. An ocean wave needs water to rise and fall. So if light really flies through a perfect nothing, what exactly is doing the waving? In this picture, the first move is to throw out the idea that the universe has a blank, empty background. The true vacuum is more like a dense, invisible ocean of energy that fills every gap between atoms, runs through your body and your chair, and stretches all the way from that star to your retina. You do not see this energy directly for the same reason a fish does not see the water when everything is calm. Your body, your instruments and even the atoms that make them are already made from patterns rolled up in this sea. So the flat background itself is hard to notice. Only when there are ripples and differences do we realize it is there. When the air around you is the same everywhere, you forget it exists. But when a gust of wind or a hot shimmer hits you, you suddenly remember the air. The energy sea behaves in the same way. When its tension is slightly tighter here and looser there, you feel it as gravity. When its internal texture twists and lines up differently from place to place, you feel it as electric and magnetic forces. When the whole sea starts to heave and ripple, you meet it as light, as gravitational waves and as a background hiss of noise. Now go back to that star. It is not throwing out tiny solid bullets that fly through nothingness to hit your eyes. It is more like someone slapping the surface of a dark pool. The water under their hands does not fly across the lake, but the splash they started steps outward ring by ring. The stars shakes the local patch of the energy sea. That patch pushes on the next patch a little farther out, and so on. A huge relay race of tiny nudges, until that disturbance finally reaches the small region of sea woven into your eye. What you register as a photon arriving is not a little marble that has sprinted across the void. It is your corner of the sea being told, something happened over there long ago, and giving one last tiny shiver in response. Once you see light this way, the universe stops looking like empty darkness with a few lonely dots and starts looking like a continuous medium that is always there, carrying news from one place to another. In the next episode we will follow that ripple more closely and ask how this sea sets the apparent speed of light and makes beams look as if they are flying through space. Tap follow, share it on New Physics, Clear Universe.